It was a calm Tuesday evening when my life shifted in a way I never saw coming. My name is Rachel Morgan, and up until that point I had lived a fairly simple, ordinary life. I'm a mother of two, Lena and Caleb. I've been divorced for nearly a decade, and in that time, I had focused all my energy on building a warm, stable life for my children in our cozy home nestled in a quiet corner of Washington state. Life hadn't been glamorous, but it had been ours. Predictable, peaceful, and I thought protected from the kind of chaos that breaks families apart. But sometimes, the most unexpected moments come from within the walls you believe are safest. Sometimes it's not the outside world that disturbs your peace, but something quietly growing in the corners of your everyday life. Caleb, my 19-year-old son, had always been the more reserved of the two. While Lena was outspoken, social, and always surrounded by friends, Caleb preferred the quiet comfort of home. He was thoughtful, helpful, and unusually attached to me. While other boys his age were out partying or staying out late, Caleb would be in the kitchen helping me prepare dinner or curled up on the sofa, watching old movies with me. At first I found it endearing. Most teenagers begin pulling away from their parents at that age, especially boys. But Caleb seemed to lean in closer. I took pride in our bond. I saw it as a testament to how I had raised him, emotionally aware, respectful, grounded. I never thought to question it, not even once, until that one night. That one moment that drew a line through the middle of everything we had built. That evening Lena was out with friends and it was just Caleb and me at home. We ordered food from our favorite Thai place, laughed over a romantic comedy we had seen a dozen times before, and enjoyed the kind of relaxed evening that had become rare with both kids growing up. After the movie ended, I started cleaning up, gathering the plates and cups. Caleb followed me into the kitchen, silent at first. I could feel his gaze linger longer than it usually did. I turned around to find him still looking at me. "Do you need something?" I asked, offering a casual smile. He hesitated, looked away quickly and said, "No, nothing." I didn't think much of it in the moment. Teenagers can be moody, unpredictable. Maybe something was weighing on him. School friends, who knows? I told myself not to overthink it. But the real shock came later that night. After my shower, I realized I had left my robe hanging in the bedroom. Thinking both kids were in their own rooms or out, I wrapped myself in a towel and walked down the hallway. As I turned the corner into my room, I ran right into Caleb. We both froze. For a few seconds, neither of us moved. His eyes locked onto mine, then drifted downward, just for a second too long. I saw something in his expression I couldn't quite name, but it unsettled me. I tightened the towel around myself and asked, "What are you doing standing outside my room?" He stumbled over his words. "I thought I heard something. I was just checking." "I'm fine," I said more firmly than usual, and stepped quickly into my room, shutting the door behind me. I turned the lock, something I hadn't felt the need to do in years. That moment stayed with me all night. I lay awake, the memory playing in my mind like a loop. Something felt off, more than just awkward timing. A flicker of discomfort, a boundary crossed, even if it was subtle. But I didn't want to believe what my instincts were whispering. I tried to shake it off. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was hormones, awkwardness, confusion. Teenagers go through all sorts of emotional transitions. Still, in the following days, I began noticing more little things. The way Caleb stood a little too close when we talked. How his hand lingered slightly longer when handing me a glass. How I'd catch him watching me in quiet moments, like when I was reading on the couch or tying up my hair. It became too much to ignore. So one evening, I asked him to sit down at the kitchen table with me. The same table where we'd shared countless dinners and laughs now felt heavy with silence. "Caleb," I began gently, "I've been meaning to talk to you. Is something bothering you lately?" He looked startled, almost nervous, and shook his head. "No, not really." Took a breath. "It's just, I feel like something's different between us. And I need you to be honest with me." He looked down, fiddling with the sleeve of his sweatshirt. After a long pause, he said quietly, "I don't know how to say it." "Just try," I encouraged, doing my best to keep my voice steady. He exhaled slowly. I guess I've been feeling things I know I'm not supposed to feel. My stomach dropped. A cold, hard wave of realization washed over me. What kind of feelings? I asked, though part of me already understood. He didn't meet my eyes. Feelings I don't really get. You've always been the only one who really understands me. I guess I started confusing that with something else. I swallowed hard. Caleb, I said carefully, gently but firmly, I love you more than I can ever explain. But what you're feeling right now, it's confusion. It's normal to feel attached, especially when we've been so close. But that love, the bond between us, it's meant to be safe. Sacred. I'm your mother. That's a line that can't be crossed. He looked ashamed. I'm sorry, he whispered. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I know, I said, placing my hand over his. But I think we both need a little space right now. And maybe it would help to talk to someone. A professional. That night, after Caleb went to bed, I sat alone in my room and cried. Not out of anger but sorrow. Deep aching sorrow. Where had I gone wrong? Had I held him too close? Was I too affectionate, too trusting, too blind? The following days were tense. Caleb spent more time alone, often staying in his room or out with a few classmates. I encouraged him to explore new hobbies, make new connections. Eventually I brought up the idea of therapy again, and this time he agreed. I also started seeing a counselor myself. I needed guidance, not just as a parent, but as a woman who had been deeply shaken. My therapist helped me understand that emotional lines can get blurred in single-parent homes, especially when one child becomes emotionally dependent. It didn't mean I had failed. It just meant there were things that needed to be addressed, reshaped, and healed. Time began to mend the space between us. Caleb started opening up in therapy. He began to understand where his confusion had come from and how to navigate his emotions better. I saw glimpses again of the boy I knew, the gentle, respectful soul I had raised. Slowly, the air in our home began to feel lighter. Lena noticed the change. One evening, as we sat together drinking tea, she asked, "Did something happen with Caleb? You both seem different." I thought about brushing it off but decided to tell her the truth. At least, the safe version of it. "We had a tough moment," I said. "He's working through some things. So am I." She nodded, concerned but trusting. "He seems better now. I just want everyone to be okay." So did I. Months passed, and things continued to shift toward healing. Caleb started dating a girl from his psychology class, Maya. She was sweet, understanding, and the kind of influence I had hoped he'd find. Seeing him build a healthy relationship brought me a sense of relief I hadn't realized I needed. One afternoon he came home from campus and asked if we could talk. We sat in the living room, the late sunlight filtering in through the curtains. "I just wanted to say thank you," he began, his voice steady. "For not pushing me away when I was going through something really confusing. For being patient. I've learned a lot. And I'm still learning." I reached for his hand, eyes soft. "That's all we can do, Caleb. Learn, grow, and try to be better." He smiled. And in that moment, I knew we had made it through the storm. Today, Caleb is 22. He graduated with a degree in psychology, go figure, and is now helping others find clarity in their own emotional journeys. Lena's thriving in New York, chasing her career dreams with that same fierce energy she's had since she was a little girl. And as for me, I've come to realize that motherhood means standing strong through the unthinkable, listening even when it hurts, and guiding your children back when they lose their way. That night, when Caleb crossed a fragile line, I feared our relationship might never recover. But through love, honesty, and hard conversations, we found our way back. And maybe that's what being a family really means. Not being perfect but learning how to come home again, even after everything has changed.